Kelly Martinez, Nerds of Color. Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
G'day,
good. How
g'day.
are you?
Hi, so excited to talk with you guys. Congratulations on the project. So going into this, were you guys fans of the 1999 film, or had you seen it?
This is probably the most asked question of the day.
Yeah.
Really?
Um,
I,
I still haven't seen the original film. I know it's an interesting choice. No, it was a creative choice. One of the big briefs that we got was they didn't want to exactly replicate the original film, and so for me, I didn't want to mimic Ryan's performance or inflections, accent, or any of that thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was a really big fan of the film. I think the first time I watched it, I was in like seventh grade. Maybe
Oh
a little
wow.
too young for it, but I know. And I've been saying it's funny because like before watching Cruel Intentions, like I had really been exposed to was like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. So like that totally
Yeah.
changed my world. Yeah, I've been such a big fan of it, and I'm just so happy to be a part of the world
Yeah, it's
of.
probably my favorite movie of all time, which is like a weird
Honestly,
movie to say,
same. No,
but
it's not. It's not weird. For the longest time, I think I felt the same way. It's just there's something really special about it.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I guess Zach can't answer this question, but I was going to say which classic Cruel Intentions element were you like most excited to bring to life? Because there's so many that are incorporated throughout, like the swimming pools, the
Well,
music.
So I know some aspects of the
Okay,
original.
yeah,
okay,
I've
yeah.
I've seen a couple of little flicks here and there
He's
on
seen
on
enough
YouTube.
to know. Yeah.
there you go.
Um,
Yes, that counts.
no, we had a wonderful question earlier in the day. Actually, no, it was more of a statement. And I've had it a few times from a couple of gentlemen, and they said that, there's a particular scene in the
Oh
pool that reaffirmed or enabled
Mhm.
them to discover their sexuality. And I think it was pretty cool to
yeah.
recreate a portion of that in in
Mhm.
in this series.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, Zach has been saying like that's his favorite scene of this show.
It's
Like
pretty close
that
to
was
it.
your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
favorite to film, and it's so beautiful, and in both movie and the show, it's
Mhm.
really gorgeous.
Yeah.
I think really I was very relieved. I was very happy to know that the cross necklace
Yes,
was going to be a part of it. I feel like that would
so
have,
iconic.
while I guess part of, I had conflicting feelings about it because yes, like it's so iconic
Mhm.
and like thank God. But then I was like, this could really go one of two ways. It's like, oh, they're gonna copy the cross
Right,
necklace, but it's like you can't do it without it, you know? Like it's
right.
so
Yeah,
important.
exactly.
So I'm super happy that it made the film. I mean, show, sorry.
Yeah. Did you guys have a chemistry read together?
We did,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we
Yeah.
had like two. I
I
don't
think we had
know.
two.
Yeah.
It was a long process.
Was a
Yeah.
long process, yeah. But it was funny because I mean, they did I think that like the second go around we did it like once and they were like, "Okay, great. Bye." Like
Yes.
they just sent us away. I think they just knew. They knew that
Mhm.
these were the step siblings. Yeah.
No, no, I called my agent David and I was like, yes, like I think we're gonna find out maybe today if we got it or not. And he was like, no, 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 it's gonna be a couple of weeks. It's gonna be a
It's
couple of
gonna go
weeks.
worse.
Anyway, they called a few hours later and it was
That's so fun. Oh, that's the
So
yeah,
best.
it
Oh.
was incredible news.
Oh, love it.
I love that. So this might be hard to answer without, giving away any major spoilers, but was there a scene between the two of you that was the most fun to film?
You have one.
I do. We have a particular scene early on in the
Yeah.
series in Caroline's bedroom.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's a fierce sexual tension in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had a lot of fun.
Well, like it's the scene in episode one where he's like grabbing he's coming into the room and like all of the Rourke stuff is over. It's like the very end of episode one, and then he comes sit on the couch with me, and then he's like pulling my necklace. Like it was just a good fun scene, and that was probably one of our first like as Caroline and Lucian too. So it was like
Yeah, and it was almost if like that particular scene almost felt like a game of tennis
yeah,
because
huh.
it was like grabbing your feet and swinging
Yeah,
them,
there was
and
a lot going
then
on.
it was figuring out who
Grabbing
wore
the
the
book,
pants.
and then
Yeah,
yeah, totally, totally.
absolutely.
There was this
Yeah,
cool rapport between the two of them.
absolutely. Yeah, there's so much within, not just the dialogue, but just, how you guys are acting out the
Yeah,
movements and the way you move throughout it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
we'll see. I think we're about out of time. Yes, okay. Yep. All right. Thank you so much, both,
Thank
and
you.
No,
congratulations.
thank you.
And yeah, thank you so much. All right. Have a great rest of your
Awesome.
day.
You
You too.
too.
See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? Hi.
Yeah, so happy to be here. Super excited about the project. Were you guys fans of the 1999 movie before you were cast?
I hadn't watched it, but Brooke
Never seen it.
is
Fair.
dying to tell you that she's obsessed.
I loved Cruel Intentions. No, I had seen Dangerous Liaisons and I had seen Cruel Intentions
Mhm.
beforehand, but I remember watching it like as a teenager and
Mhm.
thinking, oh my gosh, this is the most like taboo kind of like scandalous thing. Like I
Yeah.
didn't tell my parents I watched it. But I remember just being like, oh, what is this? So
Mhm.
I definitely like have very like vivid memories of what that was.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. When you were first reading the scripts, what were you most excited about with your characters in the project?
I was most excited to have or get the opportunity to play a character that's somewhat sweet and naive and young.
Mm-hmm.
I have previously played
It's
a mean girl, the
Mhm.
head top mean girl, which was very, very fun and exciting for me. But I think coming off the heels of that, being able to play a role like Annie was exciting because I got to,
Mhm.
do something different. And,
Yeah.
I think that I got to relate to Annie a little bit more than I have to, I think, any other character I've played before.
Mm-hmm.
And that feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was such a, polar opposite watching Gossip Girl to this.
So different.
For this, you get to play the extreme versions of it.
Yeah.
I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just gonna comment. I think too, like you played like this like young and kind of naive and whatever, but I feel like you played it really, she was very smart going out throughout it. And I think a lot of people play really young and I don't think they play smart. And I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of really young 18-year-olds that are very intelligent going into it. They're just trying to find their place.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that in there because I was
Thanks,
like,
man.
I thought you did that really well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, like Beatrice is definitely this like powerhouse role in this show. And I absolutely love playing her because I feel like she really has her mindset on what she wants and how she's going to get there. And if it doesn't happen one way, it'll happen another. But I
Right.
think she deals with a lot of issues along the way. There's a lot of hiccups, and I think she's trying to. I feel like she loses her voice at some point, and then tries to, kind of gain it back, and kind of takes it out on herself in some ways
Yeah.
as well too. So yeah, I think she's a really fun character to play, and there's some aspects I relate to with
Yeah.
her of feeling like an outsider and feeling like trying to speak up for the people in the back.
Right.
And yeah,
It'd be fun to play a complicated
it is fun to play
she's complex.
yeah, she's very complex. I think every character on the show is very complex though. I think
Yeah.
Fair and Phoebe did a really good job of like fleshing out realistic
I feel like real
characters.
people.
They're real people, you
Yeah.
know, because people have all of those like intricacies that I think everyone on the show did a really great job of playing that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys could play any other character on the show, who would you pick?
I would pick Beatrice. I would because I mean, obviously Brooke just absolutely kills Beatrice. I could never even come close to how well you play that character, but
Scream and protest.
scream and protest
There
and
you go.
lead the people. But yeah, I think she'd be really fun to play.
Yeah.
Like kind of unhinged.
Kind of unhinged. Kind of a bit off the wall. Everything within it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
I think Cece on the roll, Sarah Silva absolutely kills it.
Yeah.
She's great at it and like just pops like
So
right
good.
up into her little like Cece body. But I think like something like that would be really fun. I think it would be, she has to be like the right hand man kind of
Yeah.
of Caroline. So that's like a difficult place to be, but she navigates it so well.
It's a challenging role.
It's a challenging role
So
to
it'd be
do.
fun.
Yeah, so it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, that'd be a fun little challenge. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then just my last question, what are you most excited for fans to see?
I'm most excited for people to meet the characters
Yeah, me too.
and see the relationships. It's always it's a great thing, to work with an ensemble cast because it allows for so many different relationships, between the
All the
characters,
dynamics.
and how this character interacts with this person or how they act differently when there's another one in the room and like all of those little details I think are really fun to watch and they were fun to
Fun
play
to play as well too. Yeah. I mean, because I think that's what you love in a show is to see like how this person uses that person, whatever. And it's very like power struggle. It's all about reputation, all of that. And I feel like as an audience, you get to be in it and be in the drama without actually suffering the consequences.
Yeah.
Like we suffer them for you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so you
welcome.
kind of get to
Fun
like
Gossip
wash
Girl
your hands
right
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you both so much and congratulations. And I hope to talk again at some point. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi,
Hey, how are you doing?
how are you?
Good.
Good. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm so excited to talk about Cruel Intentions. It's my favorite movie, so I was very excited about the show. It's such an iconic, cult classic teen film. So jumping into this project, what were you guys most excited about?
I think, we're both massive fans of the original as well as, Dangerous Liaisons, even Valmont. Uh, and I think just getting to expand on the dynamics that are set up in all of those movies and have an ongoing series to explore those characters and kind of make them our own in our own world. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I think when the movie came out, also it was, it was fresh and it was new. It was taboo and had a very specific tone that merged the comedy with the sexiness. And I think we felt like that's missing right now in kind of the TV landscape. And we wanted to do our version of it that still had all of the new taboos, maybe some of the same ones, but to hit that tone of kind of comedy and sexiness and manipulation and fun and make something we wanted to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess that kind of answered my question because I was going to say, why is now the right time for a new generation of Cruel Intentions?
Yeah, and I think we talk about like, listen, it's a cruel world out there. Maybe just watch it on TV.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we just want people to have fun and it's an escape and there isn't anything like it right now. And so we're excited for that.
Yeah,
Keep the
definitely.
cruelty on the screen.
So having Sean Patrick Thomas come back as a new character, the professor, is a really cool twist, having seen him obviously play Ronald in the original. So how did this come about?
I think, we were so excited because obviously it's like having royalty. And I think it's a similar kind of character.
Mhm.
Our Professor Chadwick. But I think, yeah, there's an exciting new direction that we take the character in as well. So
Yeah, and I think it also like in a series, in the movie he was such a small part. He was really just a pawn. And in the show he's much more than that. And so for us to get to explore that was really exciting too.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you strike that balance? Because it's a really tricky thing between, paying homage to the original and then also having it be its own modern thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the whole goal is just
Yeah.
to walk that very small tightrope in
Mhm.
terms of giving people who love the movie, which include us,
Yeah.
those moments and not trying to take that experience away from anyone of loving that movie or thinking we're doing something better than the movie. We're doing something different. And I think what we tried to take was the tone and everything we loved about the movie and build a new world around those same ideas. The same way that Cruel Intentions did around Dangerous Liaisons, right?
Right.
Which was this is now the world we set it in is a different world with its own rights and rituals and exclusivity and we never wanted people to feel like we were ignoring the original either. And so to give those shout outs wherever we could and to make, yeah, we're basically just fangirls.
I love it. Have you met any of the other original cast members?
In passing or in regards to this?
I guess in general.
Ryan Phillippe, we've met. He was at the I Know What You Did Last Summer premiere because he was also in that one.
Right.
So
I ran into Selma Blair at a party once.
I actually went to elementary school with Selma Blair, but she doesn't know that, and I didn't know it at the time. So
So funny. And then my last question, if you have time, if you could hang out with any character from Cruel Intentions, either the film or the modern show, who would it be?
I know my answer.
well, say it.
Cece.
Yeah.
I think Cece. We're the same girl.
Well, that makes me Caroline. So what are you gonna do?
Okay.
Well, that's all right. I think
Well, that means I'd hang out with Cece too if I'm Caroline.
That's true.
there you go. All right. I think we're at time. Thank you so much, both.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Artists and professors, maybe a nerd who's just like you, talking about the things that you like too. So I invite you to the NOC. In full color, you see me. The hard knock life.